There comes a moment in life when you catch yourself reaching for the wall as you walk down the hallway. Maybe it's that tiny wobble when you turn too quickly, or the slight hesitation before stepping off a curb. You tell yourself it's just age, that everyone slows down eventually. But deep down, a little voice whispers, "What if I fall?" And that question, that quiet, uneasy thought, can start to shape the way you live. Maybe you stop taking the stairs. Maybe you avoid walking outside on uneven ground. Maybe you move a little less, just to feel safe. But what if I told you that your body still remembers how to be steady, strong, and confident? That balance isn't lost, it's simply waiting to be rediscovered. Welcome to Golden Life, where we believe growing older doesn't mean giving up power. It means learning how to use it differently. Today, I want to share something that can truly change the way you move through life. Because balance isn't just about staying upright. It's about feeling secure in your own body again. It's about walking freely without fear, standing tall with pride, and knowing that every step you take is a step toward independence. Now, here's something remarkable. Studies from leading health organizations like Harvard Health and the Mayo Clinic have shown that regular balance exercises can reduce the risk of falls by nearly 30%. That's not just a number, that's peace of mind. That's the confidence to go out for a walk with your grandchildren, to dance at your friend's birthday, or to reach that top shelf without hesitation. And the best part? You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. You just need a few minutes a day and a willingness to begin. Let's start with one of the simplest yet most powerful movements, the plank. At first glance, it might look easy. You just hold still, body straight and steady. But in that stillness lies your strength. The plank wakes up the muscles that hold you together, your core, your back, your hips, the muscles that keep you upright and balanced. Over time, many of these muscles go to sleep, especially when we spend long hours sitting or moving less. But once you reawaken them, everything changes. Imagine your body as a bridge. The plank teaches that bridge to be strong again. When you hold a plank even for just 10 seconds, you're reminding your body that you are the foundation. You are the strength that holds yourself up. And here's the beauty. Anyone can start. You can do a plank on your knees or even against a wall. You don't have to hold it long. It's just a few seconds, done consistently, can make a real difference. I once met a woman named Olivia, 68 years old, a retired teacher with the warmest smile. She came to one of our workshops, nervous and unsure. "I can't do those floor exercises," she told me. "My back won't let me." But she tried the plank, the gentle version, resting on her forearms and knees. She held it for only 7 seconds before her arms trembled. But that was 7 seconds of courage. The next day, she came back. 10 seconds, then 15. Within a few weeks, she was holding steady for nearly a minute. And you should have seen the way she walked afterward. Taller, straighter, brighter. "This little move," she told me, "gave me back my confidence." And that's what the plank really gives you. Not just muscle, but belief. Every second you hold, you're proving to yourself that your strength never left. It was just waiting to be called upon again. You'll notice small changes. First, your posture improves, your back feels lighter, even breathing becomes easier. You start moving with intention rather than caution. It's the beginning of freedom. If you're ready to move from stillness into motion. The next movement I love to teach is called the bird dog. It's a beautiful, gentle exercise that combines balance, coordination, and control. You start on your hands and knees, lift one arm forward and the opposite leg back, and hold for a moment. It's almost poetic. One part of you reaching forward, the other grounding you in place. And for that moment, your body becomes a perfect balance between strength and grace. For seniors, the bird dog is especially powerful because it reconnects your body and brain. It's not just physical strength, it's communication. When your left arm and right leg work together, your brain learns to coordinate again, to stabilize, to react faster when you lose your footing. Think of it as teaching your body to trust itself again. That's the secret to balance, not perfection, but trust. I'll never forget Leonard, a 74-year-old former architect who joined one of our balance sessions. He told me, "I used to design buildings that stood firm for decades, but I can't even trust my own legs anymore." After a minor stroke, he felt disconnected from his body. We started slow, just lifting one hand at a time, one leg at a time. His movements were shaky, unsure. But with each day, he improved. 2 weeks in, he held the full bird dog for 5 seconds. Then 10. And one day he looked up and smiled, saying, "It's like my body remembers its blueprint again." That moment, that spark of pride, is what it's all about. When you practice the bird dog, you're teaching your body how to move with harmony again. You'll find your posture improving, your lower back relaxing, and your movements becoming smoother. You'll notice that standing up, turning around, or reaching for something feels easier. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes, not forced, just graceful. If you're new to it, start small. You don't have to lift your leg high or stretch too far. Even extending your arm gently forward while keeping your knees on the ground is progress. The goal isn't perfection, it's connection. Every time you lift, hold, and breathe, you're reawakening balance, one quiet moment at a time. You might wobble. That's okay. Wobbling means your body is learning. It's finding its center again. So don't fight it. Breathe through it. Each wobble brings you one step closer to stability. Both the plank and the bird dog are reminders of what's possible when you listen to your body and meet it where it is today. Not where it used to be 20 years ago, where it is now. It's because this body right now is still capable of growing stronger, steadier, and more confident. So, if you're watching this and you've ever thought, "I'm too old for exercise," I want you to hear this clearly. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are right on time. Your body is designed to move, to heal, to adapt. You just have to give it the chance. Start today, even if it's just a few seconds of plank or one gentle bird dog. That's all it takes to begin rewriting the story of your balance, your strength, your freedom. Because you deserve to move through life without fear, with confidence in every step. Take a deep breath, feel your feet on the ground, and remind yourself you are still strong, you are still capable, and you are still becoming. And that's where we begin. There's something deeply symbolic about taking a step forward. For many of us, it's not just movement, it's courage. Because every step, especially as we age, represents a choice. The choice to keep going, stay engaged with life, and to trust our bodies again. And that's where our next movement, the lunge, comes in. It's a simple step forward and a gentle bend of the knees, but hidden inside that motion is an incredible message. I am still moving forward. Lunges are one of the most powerful exercises for maintaining independence as we age. Think about how often you use this motion in your daily life. Standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, bending down to pick something up, stepping out of a car. These are all forms of a lunge. When we stop practicing that movement, our legs weaken, our joints stiffen, and we start relying on furniture, walls, or loved ones just to move safely. But when we strengthen through the lunge, we begin to reclaim our stability, not just physically, but emotionally. Because every strong step tells your body and mind, "I can do this." I remember working with Lillian, a woman who changed the way I think about resilience. She was 76 when I met her, a gentle soul with eyes that told stories of both strength and struggle. A year before we met, she had suffered a fall that fractured her pelvis. For months afterward, she used a walker. She once told me, "I used to walk to the market every morning, and suddenly I was afraid to even walk across my own living room." That fear, that quiet, constant worry of falling again, had taken away her independence more than the injury itself. Her physical therapist introduced lunges to help rebuild her legs' strength and confidence. In the beginning, she could barely step forward without trembling. She held onto a chair for balance, her movements cautious and shaky. But she practiced every single day. Some days she could only do one or two. Some days she cried out of frustration. But she kept showing up, and week by week her body remembered how to move again. After a month, she was doing full lunges, still holding onto the chair but stronger. After 3 months, she didn't need the chair anymore. 6 months later, she walked a full kilometer outside, unassisted, smiling the whole way. She told me, "Every lunge felt like taking back a piece of myself." And that's exactly what this movement gives you, a piece of your freedom back. You don't have to go deep to get the benefit. Even a small bend of the knees, a small step forward starts to strengthen your thighs, hips, and glutes, the muscles that keep you upright, balanced, and steady on your feet. Over time, those muscles become your safety net. They help you recover faster if you lose balance. They help you climb stairs, get out of bed, or reach for something high without that small flicker of fear that says, "Careful, you might fall." So if you're ready to try, start near something sturdy, a wall, a table, or a chair. Step 1 foot forward, keeping your upper body tall and your gaze straight ahead. Gently lower your back knee toward the ground, just a few inches. You'll feel your legs engage, not pain, but strength. Push through your front heel to rise again. That's it. It's one controlled step, one moment of strength. It's okay if you wobble. Wobbling means your body is learning to stabilize again. Each repetition is like a quiet conversation between your brain and your muscles, saying, "We've got this." Over time, your balance improves. You start walking differently, lighter, more confident. You begin to realize that the body you have today can still support the life you want to live. But balance training is about more than exercises. It's about rebuilding trust. Trust between you and your body. When you first start, you may feel hesitant, even fearful. It's natural. But with every small movement, that fear fades. The more you practice, the more your body starts to believe in itself again. It's a partnership. You show up for your body, and your body shows up for you. Here's something I've noticed with many older adults I've worked with. Once they start incorporating simple balance exercises like planks, bird dogs, and lunges, something amazing happens. They begin to move differently in every part of their lives. They don't just walk, they glide. They don't just stand, they rise. They don't just move, they move with purpose. It's like their body and spirit reconnect. And with that comes confidence, independence, and joy. I once met a man named James at a senior center workshop. He had just turned 80 and had stopped walking outside after a fall the year before. His daughter brought him to class, hoping it might help. He was skeptical, saying, "I'm too old for this stuff." But he gave it a try. His first lunges were tiny, barely a bend. But he showed up every week, laughing at his wobbles, celebrating his progress. After 2 months, he told me, "You know what's funny? I don't even think about balance anymore when I move. I just move." And that's when I knew he had truly reclaimed it. You see, balance isn't something you hold, it's something you live. It's the confidence to move without thinking, the freedom to act without fear. It's knowing that your body can support you wherever you want to go. And exercises like lunges give you that gift, the strength to step forward into life again and again. The truth is, aging isn't about decline, it's about adaptation. If your body doesn't give up on you, simply asks for a little more care, a little more consistency, and a lot more belief. Every single day, your muscles are ready to respond, your joints ready to move, your heart ready to try. So if you've been hesitating, waiting for the right time to start, let me tell you, that time is now. You don't need an hour a day. You don't need a gym. You just need a few minutes of intention. Begin with one movement, a gentle plank, a steady bird dog, or a small lunge. Let that be your first step. Because every great journey starts with one moment of courage. And remember, progress doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up for yourself, even on the days you feel tired or unsure. It means choosing movement over fear, hope over hesitation. It means reminding yourself that your body is still your greatest ally. When you commit to these small movements, you're not just training your balance, you're training your spirit. You're saying, "I'm not finished, I'm still becoming." And that belief, that quiet determination, is the real foundation of strength. You have everything you need inside you right now. The strength, the resilience, the will. All you have to do is start and keep going. One breath, one movement, one day at a time. You've made it this far, and that already says something powerful about you. It says that somewhere inside there's a spark, a determination that refuses to fade. Because the truth is, balance isn't just about how you stand. It's about how you live. It's about the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your body is capable, strong, and worthy of trust. And if you've ever doubted that, let's take a moment right now to remind yourself your journey isn't over. It's just entering a new chapter. When we talk about preventing falls, we're really talking about preserving freedom. The freedom to walk where you want, to move how you want, to keep doing the things that make life meaningful. These exercises, plank, bird dog, and lunges, may sound simple, but they're not just movements. They're small, daily victories that rebuild the very foundation of independence. I've seen it time and time again. A few weeks of consistent practice and people begin to stand taller. Their steps become more deliberate, their faces more confident. Even simple things, walking down the driveway, standing in the kitchen, playing with grandkids, feel easier, lighter, safer. Because with every repetition, your body is learning to protect you. It's strengthening the core that supports your spine, the hips that stabilize your walk, and the legs that carry you through life. But it's not just the body that changes. Something shifts in the mind too. Fear begins to fade, replaced by a quiet self-assurance. It's the same kind of confidence you might remember from years ago. It's when walking felt effortless and movement was second nature. That confidence isn't gone. It's waiting beneath the surface, ready to return the moment you start moving again. Let's be honest, getting older does come with challenges. There are days when your knees ache, when your back feels stiff, when energy seems in short supply. And it's easy to think, maybe I should just take it easy. But what I want you to hear, truly hear, is that gentle, consistent movement is the very thing that helps you feel better. Motion is medicine. Every time you move, you're improving blood flow, waking up dormant muscles, and keeping your joints nourished. Every breath, every stretch, every small step is a gift to your future self. Think of these exercises as a conversation with your body, a kind one. When you hold a plank, you're saying, I can hold myself up. When you practice the bird dog, you're reminding your body, I can balance. I can trust myself again. And when you take a lunge, you're telling the world, I'm still moving forward. These aren't just exercises. They're affirmations in motion. I think of one of my favorite stories about a man named Harold. He was 82, quiet, thoughtful, and always wore a navy blue cap. He joined one of our community classes after tripping on his front steps one afternoon. It wasn't even a bad fall, he told me, but it scared me. I realized I was moving through life like I was walking on eggshells. We started simple. A few planks against the wall, some seated bird dogs, and modified lunges holding onto a railing. He laughed often, mostly at himself, but he kept going. 3 months later, he came into class, grinning. I fixed the light on my porch, he said proudly, climbed the step stool all by myself. Didn't even think about it. That moment, that freedom to live without fear is what balance training gives you. It's not about looking younger or being perfect. It's about being capable, independent, and at peace in your own body. And that's something you can start building right now. You don't need fancy shoes or expensive equipment. You don't even need a lot of space. You just need yourself, a bit of floor, and a few minutes of courage. Try one plank today. Try one bird dog tomorrow. Try one small lunge the next day. Slowly, you'll start to notice something extraordinary. Not just stronger legs or better posture, but a new sense of control over your life. Because this isn't just about muscle and balance. It's about reclaiming something far deeper. It's about standing tall again. Not just physically, but emotionally. It's about walking without the shadow of fear. It's about remembering that your body is not your enemy. It's your partner in living a rich, active life. Let's take this as your invitation, your call to action. Start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to strike. You've already taken the first step just by being here. Listening and believing that change is possible, because it is. I've seen it happen in so many people, and it can happen for you too. And remember, there's no such thing as too late. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your body is still listening, still capable of growth and renewal. Each movement, no matter how small, sends a signal. I'm still here. I'm still living. That's what this is all about. Not slowing down, but embracing movement as a celebration of life itself. If this message speaks to you, if something inside you feels ready to begin, then make this your moment. You don't have to do it alone. We're building a community here, a place where strength has no age limit, where every story of progress inspires another. So take a second and tell me your story in the comments below. Where are you from? Which of these exercises are you going to try first? I'd love to hear from you. And if this video gave you hope, if it reminded you that you're still strong, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who need this message. Don't forget to subscribe to Golden Life, where every week we share inspiring stories, gentle routines, and practical guidance for living strong, balanced, and joyful at any age. You are part of something special here, a movement of people who believe that growing older isn't about fading away, but about shining differently. So keep moving, keep believing, and keep reminding yourself, you are not done yet. There's so much life still waiting for you, steps yet to take, laughter yet to share, strength yet to discover. Your body is capable, your spirit is unstoppable. And every time you move with intention, you are writing a new story, one of resilience, confidence, and freedom. So stand tall, breathe deeply, and take that next step forward. 'Cause this right here, right now, is your golden life.